Hello, and we're on action in five, four, action. We're on.
All right,
Hello,
nice.
welcome to the
We are
QBFS
here.
Factory Show. I am unfortunately your host, Blanco,
For
the
now.
technological Jedi, uh, joined by my main man, pots and pans, Dan Two Ends Wetzel. Dan the man.
Sounds right.
Wait, how do you say it? Dan Two Ends double L Wetzel. Two ends double hockey stick Wetzel.
It sounds right. You
That's
got it. You
crazy.
hit it. You hit it. Hit it on the
Got the
first
North
try.
Catholic
Yeah.
hoodie on, bro. He representing.
Representing today. Yeah.
Representing
Representing.
today. I got the dog shirt on. And I know this is the old dog shirt. This is the underdog shirt, but guess who's not the underdogs today? Eagles are not the underdogs today. They are the dogs, the dog mentality dogs. And that's what we're here to talk about. Welcome to the show, everybody. I don't think anybody's watching right now, but hey, maybe you'll be watching later. We're recording this shit, so we'll post it somewhere. I know we're short two people, as you can see by the silhouettes next to me and Dan. We're short a couple people, but that's okay. Look, Dan's looking at one of them right now, just staring, grilling him, ice grilling him, grill him down, Dan. Wait, I'm facing the wrong way.
Which
There we
side
go.
am I on? Which side?
I don't even know.
Read on the read
Anyway,
on.
so obviously we have some things to talk about today. We'll try to give you an overview, right? Obviously, we want to talk about the Birds win. We're 4-0, week 4. We won. Beat Doug. Obviously, we want to talk about next week. We got to play, our homeboy, Carson, in Arizona. Not Carson.
Carson
Ertz.
Palmer.
Carson Palmer. Yeah, Carson Palmer. He's still on the Cardinals, right?
Like Jordan Love. Love had a great game last week.
Yeah, look. Hey, let's go. All right, let's go. And sidebar, we do got to talk a little bit about other sports in Philadelphia. We are a 4-for-4 crowd, right?
Yes.
Are we not a 4-for-4 crowd? We're about to have all 4 sports played at the same damn time. Welcome to October, baby. Welcome to October. And when it's a red October, it's best for all of us. Carson Cousins says BKC09. BKC09, get your ass in here, bro. What are you doing commenting? Get your ass in here. There's a silhouette right here that you belong in. Anyway, I digress. Dan, why don't you let's rewind a little bit.
Yeah. Let's
We're
just
talking
start.
about the Eagles. We're talking about the Eagles.
Let's
Talk about that.
Wait. Before we get into the Eagles, just
hit me.
we're gonna start off with the most wonderful time of the year. We got all 4 sports on, and it's just and besides the Flyers, you got a playoff berth from the Phillies, which I know some may not feel like it was earned. They just walked into it. But hey, anything can happen in the playoffs.
Tell them, Dan.
Tell
them.
No,
Dan. No, hold on. You're gonna talk on it. I want you to tell the people how you told me and Brent, how you told the QBFS crew in chat. You tell us why you're maybe mildly excited about the Phillies in the playoffs. Give us your take, Dan. There's some reasons. I want you to touch on that.
I think the pitching matchups are kind of in our favor in a sense because the Cardinals have yet to. Well, first off, we dodged the Dodgers.
Hold on, not the Arizona Cardinals. We're talking about the St. Louis Cardinals.
St.
Louis.
So
Cardinals.
we're
in case anyone's not tracking.
At no point we were going to see the Dodgers until the NLCS, and if we get there, that's a big milestone for the people that. Well, yeah, saying that milestones, it's great to see like people like Segura and TJ. Congratulations to them finally making it to the postseason. I don't think they have reached yet, so let's start off with that. You got some people that are new blood and going into it, so congrats to them and just some of the people that already made it. You got some old blood in
I
there,
was gonna wear
so
my Philly shirt too. I should have worn my Philly shirt, but I was like, you know what? Let me just go with the dog.
yeah. But yeah,
But
like I said, it's
I'm glad you wore your Phillies hat. That's a nice
yeah,
Phillies hat, by
yeah. I
the way.
just had to get it. Had to
That's
wear
real
some
nice.
Phillies today.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just like I said, it's good with kind of the matchups are depending on who they pitch. We don't know yet. I don't think I heard anybody who they're gonna pitch. I think their best pitcher, Wainwright, is pretty much past his prime. We can maybe steal the first game if he goes against Wheeler. Then you got the Braves. We played well against the Braves. That's the next team we would play if we advance in there. And like I said before, we do not have to face the Dodgers until the end. So that's pretty good. The Astros handed it to us this week. I think winning that first game is against the Astros this week
I thought we
was
forfeited.
huge. So that's what it felt like in the last two games. Like they
Yeah.
forfeited, but they came out, they won, they came back into that first win, man, and to see that clubhouse inside with the champagne and just going crazy, it was a great feeling and great to see it again. So
Hey man, like
we
you
are
said,
we are
anything
rooting
can
for them.
happen.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
We're rooting for them. So
A team can get hot, and baseball is a streaky sport, man.
it's
a streaky
yeah
sport.
it is, man. Teams that were in it last year, or, won it last year, it could change, just like football. So it can change in a couple years, but it's good to see them back in. But you gotta thank kind of the MLB too for giving that third wild card. So
Yeah.
they won. They're over 500. That's great, but
Yeah.
they wouldn't have made it
Hey man,
if that wasn't in there. But
last year,
it is.
NFL made that third or that extra wild card spot too. So
Yeah.
there's similar little leagues. They're trying to gain
Oh yeah.
viewership. Makes sense.
Yeah.
And the Eagles
So
made that. Didn't they make that last spot, or did they get the spot above the last spot last year? I forget. Were we the last wild card that shouldn't have made the playoffs, or were we the spot above that? Were we 6 or 7?
I think we were 7th.
Yeah, I think we were. I think you're right.
Yeah.
It was so long ago.
Nah.
Not thinking about it now because we're 4-0 right now, dog.
Yeah.
4-0, the only undefeated remaining in the league, and it's not even close. Like it feels like so Jacksonville was our toughest game, right? That was. I feel like every game we go into so far, it's 4 weeks, right? But we've been saying that every week. It's only 4 weeks. It's only 1 week. It's only 2 weeks. It's only 3 weeks. It's only 4 weeks, right? But we keep saying the same thing over and over again. That's the only thing that's consistent is that we keep saying it over and over again. Well, when I say we, I mean everybody, like the collective world, the collective football world, right? And I would say us included sometimes or whatever, and also we're trying to be cautious. For us, our emotions can get heavy into it, and we're gonna get heavier into it because goddamn, they keep winning in spectacular fashion, and we're 4-0, and every week it's like this is the toughest matchup that we've had so far. This is the toughest. It's not so. Week 1, Detroit. Okay, Detroit is better than last year. You're not gonna blow Detroit out like you did last year, right? Okay, we kind of did, let them come back, but we kind of still blew them out. Right, and then week 2, who's week 2?
Minnesota.
Fucking Rieger, motherfucking Carson Riegers, right? And but they were at that time. It was, I know it was week 2, but everybody was saying, "Oh, Minnesota is the best team in the NFC right now. They're the team to beat in the NFC." But everybody forgot.
I wouldn't go that far, but
before week 2, after week 1, people were saying that, but it was a week 1. Like that's what they were saying though. But I swear that's what everyone was saying around the league. It wasn't me. I wasn't saying that shit. I didn't care about them, but I was watching.
I think they made kind of like a statement with beating Green Bay. That's what led to it.
Yeah. But then everybody forgot that Kirk Cousins sucks on fucking primetime.
Kirk Cousins' cousins.
Kirk Cousins is basically his cousin's cousin, right? He fucking sucks. And then after that, it's like, okay, our first division game. Washington is definitely competing for the NFC East this year with Carson Wentz at the helm. He's looking good. He was looking good too. He was looking real good until he hit that Eagles offense, the defensive line. Right?
True. Yep. And it came in like a wrecking ball.
The whole team had nothing. But we kind of knew that. We saw that going into it. We knew their offensive line was crap, and we knew that the key to winning that game was against their offensive line, and it was it from the beginning. And then week 4, here we are. We definitely I think we all can be in agreement and say, okay, this is definitely our toughest matchup since the whole season. Out of the 4 games we're playing so far, this is our toughest matchup. Jacksonville has established after 3 weeks, Jacksonville has established themselves as one of the best teams in the AFC, which is crazy to think, but except, especially last year, what were they 2 wins last year? But it's crazy to think about how much better they are than last year, except we have an inside man, and we know why they're a lot better than they are last year because of Dougie P. He definitely has righted that ship over there. And I'm going to stop talking now, and I want you to talk about that game, Dan. The fucking Jaguars went up 14-0, and then what happened, Dan? Let me know. Tell me.
Well, let me start at the beginning, like you did. Detroit game was just wild, and now to see that they have the number one, I think they have the number one offense too, but they're
Detroit, right?
Detroit has the number one offense in the league.
Still, right?
Still, yeah, that's more from what I've seen, but their defense is last in the league, which is one of the wildest things. That's crazy. And going back to that point about Minnesota, it's just when they got that hype train after beating Green Bay, and Green Bay does it every year, and it looks like there's people are still trying to find their stride, and going there's nothing more to say about Washington, where they just went in and just handled business with that front seven on the defense. So it's like Carson just was pressured all day, and now with this game, it was just like, oh, here we go. But man, how the turn of events from it is just incredible. From going down 14-0, and then just seeing what to overcome that was awesome, man. So it's just like, you're right. We're going into each game going like, hey, this is our toughest test. This is our toughest test. And going back to last week too, we still got, who has really Jalen Hurts beat yet? So we're coming up to that, and this sustainability, and it's just like he doesn't fold. It seems like he's his mindset's just in there, no matter how much he was down. Going down 14-0, it might have seemed like, hey, here it goes. I think we were
pretty sure we all called it. I'm not gonna speak for you, but I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I mean, my main concern was like, oh fuck, we're gonna abandon the run game. I was thinking in the Andy Reid era is kind of, my mind is still there. I can't evolve. I'm 40 years old. I can't evolve. So my mind is like, oh man, because obviously we want to pass the ball. We want to, because we've been doing that well. So obviously we want to force that. So I'm like, oh damn, now we're really not gonna. Yeah, we're really gonna force that because we're down 14-0. But you know what? I gotta give mad credit to Sirianni and Steichen. How do you pronounce his name? I don't even know how to pronounce the play call.
Steichen.
I gotta give mad props. I want to hold off my props for Hurts because I have a lot of props for that guy.
I mean, this game was just, and it's not only this game; it's every week. It's like, I gotta order more game balls off of Amazon to give to everyone for this games, man, because it's like a new person every.
You're right. It's different
every game. We gotta give the game ball to, and you gotta think that, I don't know if it was at the time that fourth down where that first fumble from Sunshine. That I don't know if the time it was 14-0. If they scored there, it was fourth down. I think they were on like the 45 or something. But if they score there,
I remember the play vividly. I remember. So there was Sunshine just barely overthrew. They were supposed to be up 21-0, but Sunshine just barely, just like by like 2 inches, overthrew.
Oh yeah, he did
The
overthrow
one
Kirk.
receiver, the one receiver that they kept trying to get in the
I
game,
think.
their number one receiver that they couldn't get it involved in the
Yeah.
game. I forget
Yeah.
his name. Oh, it was going to be a touchdown if he caught it, but Sunshine just barely overthrew him, right? And then the next play was the fumble.
Yep.
I think the next player to play after that was the fumble, and he fumbled because of like the rain or something. And you know what? I blame the fucking moisturizer he uses, bro. He's got these soft ass Sunshine hands, man. Hurts doesn't have those fucking soft ass hands, bro. And I think Hurts was using gloves too because he's smart. Yeah, I think they were.
I could have sworn they were. Sirianni said something about they were using wet balls or something like that, moist
I
ball,
believe.
whatever.
I 100% believe.
Salty balls.
Yeah. Fucking chocolate salty balls.
Chocolate
bro.
salty balls.
They were definitely using chocolate salty balls, and it worked. It fucking worked. I give mad credit. My number. If I'm giving the game ball to anybody in this game, it's the fucking coaching staff, bro. This coaching staff is definitely doing it. They're doing it right. And the evidence is every week it's a different style of win. Hurts isn't carrying a team on his back. Like in week 1, it looked like that's what it looked like. Oh shit, Hurts is gonna have to carry this team on his back. We're screwed, right? But ever since week 1, it's been different. You know, Miles Sanders had a couple games. The backs had a game. The defensive line had a game. It had the whole game by themselves, right?
Yeah.
Like,
so then you had Bradbury, that finally Blueberry that we call
Blueberry.
But yeah, that pick, man, that just I think it was later in the game. That was definitely a big turn on the game too. I think they were about to go. They were pushing up, maybe even take a lead. I don't know off the top of my head, but man. So that's another thing, and what else I saw was the tackling. There was some really 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 fine tackling I seen in this game that I can remember. Like
this team's firing, bro.
And then it's like that. If it's not Sanders gaining another couple third downs like that, you had him do that. Then you had Bradbury right there with that pickoff. Then you have some excellent tackling going on. So it's like they're playing as a well-oiled team at the moment.
Yep.
And it's good to see the play from Jalen Hurts. Oh my goodness, like it's just
he's the rock. He is the rock of the offense for sure. If Miles Sanders is, getting 130 something, he got 129 yards or some shit like that. God damn. Dude, I actually heard somebody, I think I turned the radio on once and I heard somebody complaining about Miles Sanders this game. And I went back and I was like, look, I watched the game. I was a little drunk. I was hanging out with my brother. So obviously there's some plays that I missed, right? So I went back and watched the game again. I watched the whole game again because I heard somebody on the radio complaining. They complained about Miles Sanders and his East-West running style. And I was like, I don't recall that, but I maybe missed a couple plays. Let me go back and watch it again. There was one play where he definitely bounced and bounced and bounced and bounced. And
I think I remember that. Yeah,
I wouldn't even complain about it because he was a shoestring away from breaking. Like there was a he actually got tackled by like a shoestring and he would have broke. But that was the only play that I've seen him do like a just straight going sideways. Every play that I've seen him run, he had 130 yards, bro. And I have always been critical of Miles Sanders, and I will say this every fucking episode because I was very critical of Miles Sanders. I was ready to get rid of Miles Sanders before his contract was over. I didn't even care. I didn't like him that much. But he is the biggest turnaround player I've seen in my life. He has turned it around completely.
He's probably having his best year of his NFL career right now.
And then the announcers were saying he's the underrated best running back in the league, and it's like they're right. They're absolutely right. 130 yards.
130 yards, 2 TDs,
and that's the most
27 carries.
That's the most rushing attempts he's had. What,
he averaged 5 yards a carry.
Yeah, his average is crazy. Yeah. And when this is one thing I love about Miles. We don't need to bell cow him like that. This was just like circumstance. And that's why I love this team, because it's not going to be like this every game. We're not there. Maybe next week Arizona's gonna be like, oh shit, we gotta stop Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders is probably not gonna be a factor. It ain't gonna be fucking rainy and shit. Hurts is probably gonna kill him. Miles Sanders is probably not gonna get that many yards. He's probably gonna average 7 yards a carry and have like 15 carries, right? Something like that. I don't know. I'm just guessing because who knows what's going to happen. It's definitely not going to be the same as last week. That's the only thing I know. It's the only thing I know.
Tap my hat off to Goddard too, man. He's
Yeah.
like I can't just express like what I'm seeing out of like each player individually that it's like didn't have a year, you expect it, but now it's just like when you see Sanders doing that, Goddard's just like there. He's doing all the right things, and I think I heard today that the man, the myth, the legend, Tony Gonzalez, or was it Tony? Yeah, Tony Gonzalez from one of probably the best tight ends ever to play the game, said that
Chiefs,
he is.
Falcons. He played in a couple great teams.
He's saying that Goddard's probably the best tight end in the NFL right now.
And
that's coming from a Hall of Famer.
And that should tell you something. This is he's the reason why we were like, okay, bye Ertz.
Yeah, just in the background of Ertz, just in the just behind him, and now it's just Ertz, like
I don't want to take anything away from Ertz. Ertz is no fucking slouch, bro.
Oh no,
Ertz is one of the best tight ends in Eagles history for sure.
Oh yeah.
And Goddard is literally right behind him, about to overshadow him.
Yeah. So we can just keep going on. I mean, I can't.
You know what the best thing about Goddard is, bro? Because what's Ertz? What do we always criticize Ertz for? No yak Zach, right?
No yak.
Yo, Goddard is all yards after catch, bro. He is all yards after catch.
But he's getting so wide open that he's just running down the field.
It's crazy. It could be circumstance too. It might be because he has Jalen Hurts, and we can credit Jalen Hurts for this because everyone's trying to make sure Jalen Hurts doesn't run all over them. Dude, we got a really good situation. We got such a good situation right now between Hurts and Goddard and Sanders and everybody else behind Kenny G, right? And oh my God, and this we're not even talking about our number one wide receiver acquisition, AJ Brown. We're not even talking about him this week because we don't have to.
Yeah.
We can thank him though. We can totally thank him. We can totally thank him for everything because man, it's just that having that number one wide receiver as strong as he is, that everyone has to watch out for. You have to have your best corner on him or double him. And we have so many other weapons that can take advantage of it. That was the missing piece. AJ Brown was definitely the missing piece.
Oh yeah. Well, it looks like Sanders had the day. That's what it's. If you look at the numbers right now, they're not really the best for certain people like Pascal, Gainwell, and Watkins. They were non-existent in this game. But you got AJ Brown. I think he's close to 100 yards. You had Goddard close to 100 yards.
That's crazy.
Devontae Smith, he didn't have the best of games, but he was there. But we're going back to Sanders just absolutely owning this game. So I'm okay with that. If it's going forward and it's going to be this every game where they're going to be planning on attacking, like the other teams planning.
They're definitely playing situational, man.
Situational, then it's
they have a plan B and a plan C no matter what. I feel like the coaching staff is prepared. Obviously they are, because look, we went down 14-0. And I feel like this Eagles team didn't even flinch. They're like, all right, shit. One was a pick six, right? It was a pick six, and it was a bad throw by Hurts. It was in double coverage. He shouldn't have. He tried to force that throw in there, and there was complete coverage on it, and it bounced up, and somebody picked it up, right? So that was definitely not a good throw, not a good play. And then after that, Jacksonville just drove down. They drove in and scored another touchdown, 14-0. And then offense stalled. And then Jacksonville was gonna drive down again. They were very this close to making it 21-0. Oh my God! If they would have made it 21-0, we would not have won this game. We would not have won this game if they would have made it 21-0.
Might have been definitely a change.
I mean, I'm not saying it would have been. They would have blown us out, but I think because I mean, think about it. That's a 7-point. So 21-0. It was about to be 21-0, but instead we stopped them and we came down and scored 7. Right? That's a fucking 14-point difference, and we only won by 7.
But is it
8? We won by 8.
Maybe if it's bad, is that bad coaching by Dougie P? Because it's like they were so efficient on that first drive. It was like, why?
I think it was totally circumstance. It was totally. I think Dougie P coached that game well. I think maybe Trevor Lawrence was not ready for the rain as he should have been. I will say that, but I will not take anything away from the Eagles because the Eagles were absolutely prepared for this rain, and every team has equal opportunity to prepare for weather, right? They're all playing in the same weather. But I will say this, definitely, because I mean the first fumble, it just slipped out of his hands. It didn't get knocked out. It just slipped out of his hands, and that's circumstance, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's circumstance. But hey, they were up 14-0. You know, they were up 14-0. There's no excuses.
Yeah.
There's no excuse, and their fans are not giving them an excuse. You know what I mean? Their fans are not giving them any excuse, any doubt. You were up 14-0. What the fuck? How'd you let that slip?
Yeah. And then with the loss of,
but that's the best thing about the Eagles right now is they're down 14-0. They didn't flinch. The defense didn't flinch. Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts is the proponent of that. Jalen Hurts. We've known this. We've known this about Jalen Hurts before the season, since he got drafted. We all said this. He has the best mentality I've ever seen of a quarterback, of a human being in general. Like I've never seen a human being step into his position and have this kind of mentality. He's tough. He's great. And we all said, I wish he had his mentality plus the top quarterback skill, whoever could combine the two, and he would be phenomenal. And you know what? He is doing it. And another stat, I will stop. I will give you more talk time, Dan. Give me 1 second.
Go for it, man. Go for it.
But one of the stats, but fact, not a stat, a fact that I heard that I didn't even realize, that I heard from the announcers, I think, on the game, or it might have been a post-game show or something. I don't remember where I heard it from. It might have been on the game, but they were saying this is Jalen Hurts' first year with a coach for the second year in a row since his dad in high school, which I know you've heard that too. And like that is huge. That's big. That is real big. That actually makes sense. You know, that makes so much sense. I didn't know that at all. I didn't really follow. You know me, I don't fucking care about college. I just like whatever. Eagles, blah, 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 I'm just I don't care. Eagles, I'll puke green all over you. So when I heard that, I'm like, oh, it kind of like made sense to me. Like, oh wow. So that's why he's obviously super smart. I've always thought he's so fucking smart. He's a mentally tough dude. He belongs. He not only does he belong in Philly, he conquers Philly. He conquers this town right easily with his brain, with his mentality. And now I realize this is his most comfortable year playing football since he was in high school with his dad coaching him. So now it's starting to make sense now, and he's looking leaps and bounds better than he was last year, and I think that's be real. So I was just talking praise about our guy, Jalen Hurts, and how I just realized how this is his first year. I just realized after this week that this is his first year with his second year consecutive coach since high school, since his dad coached him. And I was just giving a lot of praise to Jalen Hurts and how tough this team is and how the toughness of this team pretty much starts with Jalen Hurts. And let me get let me try to get your image correctly. You're in the UPS brown hat, and I feel like every time you join, I have to change your image.
What
Consult
can Brown do for you?
What can Brown do for you? Bren Source.
I hear crickets.
Oh wait, I gotta unmute. Every time you guys join, I have to unmute. Okay, go. I can hear you now.
We are the champions. We are the champions. No time for losers, 'cause we are the champions
Dun, dun, dun.
of the third wild card spot.
Talking about them Phils, baby. Woo!
Sixers are 2-0 in preseason. Woo!
Yeah.
What else? Flyers suck.
And the Flyers sound good. Yeah.
Welcome, Brendan. What the fuck took you so long? We missed you, bro.
I'm still in my work shit, man. I'm running around.
I love it, bro. Don't change.
I'm running around
Don't get changed. Put your kid to bed and get your ass on the live stream.
Dude, I just came outside to take out the trash and drinking an Oktoberfest, and
Nice.
I still haven't showered from work. I'm running around.
Drinking a fucking Pinot Noir fest.
Good Lord, you waking up tomorrow or no?
Nope.
It's like it. But yeah, congrats to the Phillies. That's great. First time in 11 years. I remember where I was. I was at the game when they won the 2011 NLCS.
Unlike Sean, he doesn't remember what he was doing back before he was of legal drinking age.
Yeah, I was at that game, and I bought that hat, the NLCS or the NL National League Eastern Champions, and I remember I fell asleep one night, and it fell off my hat, and there was a candle burning on the table, and it burnt the brim. It was like all black and charcoal from here, and I just threw it out last year, or just like a couple months
It's
ago.
like the Miami Dolphins tailgate car fire.
Yeah. But I just threw it out. I'm like, I should have got it and threw it in a fire pit to purge out the evil spirits of the non-playoff years of past. So here's to you. Cheers.
Cheers. We are the champions.
But yeah, that's awesome. Congrats to them. I hope they pulled out at least a game or two. But it's a good step in the right direction for the future of the organization. It's a big step for all those guys. For a lot of them, I know you're talking about earlier. A lot of those guys are making the playoffs for the first time, and just getting the experience of going to the dance. And some guys have been there before, and I mean, anything can happen. I mean, if they get past and if they win this series and they can come home and have a series where they have some home games, the place is going to be rocking. Red October,
we need it, man.
If they rock out a Red October, and and then we might have the double headers back in the day, like Eagles 1 o'clock and Phillies at 8 o'clock down all in South Philly. Man, I've been there. I did the 14-hour tailgates, go both games. Madness. Can't wait to do it again. Probably not though, because I got a baby and a wife now and all that. So
yeah, it's
I think Dan's the only one that's going to do it out of this crew.
It's tough how they're set up.
Dan's going to be like Travolta in Pulp Fiction, looking around. Who's everybody?
But no, it's I was when we were talking about it earlier, I was trying to see everyone's schedule and how everything pans out, and it's just it's going to be tough for it to. It can happen, but it's just how everything is going.
So
with
I heard
dates,
something earlier on the radio. I heard something earlier on the radio today, and I wanted to get your opinion on it. So if Zach Wheeler is starting, so it's 3-game series. It's all in St. Louis. Zach Wheeler is starting game 1. If they win, do you start Ranger Suarez game 2 and then hope for the best? And if not, then you play. And then if not, then you play Hamels in the 3rd game. If it turns out that you take the first 2, then Nola's your starter for the next series. You know what I'm saying? Instead of going Wheeler 1, Nola 2, and then Ranger 3.
See, the problem.
You go Wheeler 1, win that game, and then 2, put out, Ranger, and see what happens. And if you win, you win. Great. And then you go. And then if you don't, well, at least you got NOLA coming up on Sunday.
So the thing about this that's making it so hard, I've heard the same thing, and I've been like in my mind trying to figure out what the best scenario would be. But the issue is like this never happened before. This is the first time that has ever happened. So we have nothing to go by, no data, no nothing on how to set this up like from past. So it's just like we're going
I'm
to
pretty
it.
sure they have some data.
No, there's
It's not
never
human.
happened
It's not
before.
human
I'm
consumable
sure,
data, but
but
there's baseball was the
there's
first sport to introduce
there's never
analytics.
been a
They got data.
3-game playoff series in baseball. So
I mean,
no,
we don't have Roy Halladay and Cliff Lee and Cole Hamels and Roy Oswalt, Joe Blanton, followed up by Wheeler and Nola and Ranger Suarez. That's not happening.
no. So I don't know, man. It's a good question. Do you
There's
just
an animal in my backyard?
Is it a pterodactyl? It sounds like a pterodactyl.
it's one of those little dinosaurs, right?
Is it Blue, the raptor?
It's a Dilophosaurus. It's gonna shoot
Blue.
all right.
Blue.
Come down, Blue.
Put your hand out, Bren.
I haven't watched the new Jurassic Park yet. Have you guys watched the
I
Jurassic
did.
Park Dominion yet?
I did.
Yeah.
I haven't
Right.
seen it yet. Don't spoil it. I'm gonna
Okay.
watch it soon though. It's on our list.
Okay.
We had to watch. I had to watch Thor before it, which I just watched. I also had to watch a couple other movies. Top Gun. I've watched Top Gun. Awesome. It was fucking
Was
awesome.
it awesome? I want to
yeah.
say.
Is everything on the
fucking
Plex?
Oh yeah. They're on the Plex. They've been on the Plex, man. I'm so behind on watching movies. My Plex is totally up to date. Trust me. And if it's not, you let me know. You give me a fucking request, and I will download it.
You will. You sure will.
I rely on you, Dan.
I know. I've been slacking too.
All right. So.
All right. So we're gonna talk some Eagles or what?
Yeah. Let's get back to.
All right. I'll try to make it as brief as possible. I got so much shit to do. So yeah, going to the game in Arizona on Sunday should be a great fucking time. That's why I gotta not be on. That's why I'm still on my clothes, everything. I'm trying to get everything in the house ready and trying to get myself together and my
Have
life
fun,
together.
man. It's gonna be fucking awesome.
Arizona. Yeah, dude, got a whole thing lined up, a whole plan. Like every day we're doing something crazy. But as far as Sunday went, I mean, you guys know the rant that I went on, and my juju is, I say negative stuff and they do better. They came out and they punched him in the mouth right away. Doug wasn't going to take shit lightly. He wasn't going to fuck around. He wanted to come here and prove a point. They went up 14-0. And the Eagles, they didn't flinch. They didn't. And I think that's what separates this team from a lot of the teams of the past, to where as soon as they would fall behind by like a score or two, they would completely abandon. They would completely abandon their strategy. They would completely abandon the strategy that they had, and they stuck with it. They stuck with the run game. They stuck with the short passes. They stuck with the RPOs. They stuck with the defense. They didn't try to change shit up. They stuck to their plan. And that's what I told you guys before the Minnesota game. I said the key to winning this game, I said, was play like the Philadelphia Eagles. Play to your strengths. Don't try to be somebody you're not. Don't panic because you're falling behind. And that's exactly what they did. They stayed calm. And Jalen Hurts, I mean, you know how I feel about him. So, the dude.
Number 1 jersey. Number 2 jersey.
So, if you don't think that guy's at least a leader at this point, or that, I mean, he's got mental toughness along with physical toughness.
I think we've all known that. We definitely have known that.
But I mean, the only thing colder than the weather outside that day was the ice running through that guy's veins, because he wasn't accepting defeat that day. He put those boys together, and look, we had some obvious injuries. We lost Mailata, we lost Slay within 3 plays, we lost Sayamalo, and no Boston Scott. We didn't have Avonte Maddox, and we lost Kyron.
Almost didn't notice.
Yeah,
didn't notice.
Almost, and lost Kyron Johnson to a concussion. So, I mean, but it was, when you watch the team, it's almost like you didn't even notice, because they still performed at that much of a higher level. And that says a lot about your team and the depth and obviously and the way you practice too, because you practice like you play, and those guys stepped right in, like Suo Peta and Jack Driscoll. They stepped right in.
This is going to be my point before you jump on the cast. Keep going. Yeah. Everyone, kudos to them stepping in when people went out.
Kudos to all those guys, and Jeff Stalin, the offensive line coach. I mean, he's the fucking man. Like, he had those boys ready to play. Yeah. Like, exactly. Like, and it's one thing to step into a position after you have a week of play. Like, it's trending towards that Mailata probably isn't going to play this week. I know that they opened the 21-day practice window for
Dillard.
The other dickhead, Dillard.
Dickard.
Practice. Yeah,
Dicker. I hope Jake gets a rest and Dickard can be the kicker.
That was my other point. That was my other point too, is that you lost Elliott. I mean, he got banged up too.
Yeah.
But it's one thing to have a week to prepare to go into that position, but to just get thrown in cold, like literally cold, because it was fucking raining and it was freezing, and to just step in and just not even miss a beat and not be like, the commentators be like, oh, you can really tell they're attacking that left side right now with Mailata out, or like, oh, they're really affecting the the run game up the middle with Sayamalo. Didn't even. I think that's a big strength of this team. So
no way.
Right off the bat, they didn't flinch, and they didn't run from their game plan, and they
stuck to their roots at almost scoring. Just 24 points.
This team is ridiculous.
And I was the closest in the scoring prediction. Thank you.
Yeah, you were.
My third score prediction.
But you didn't nail it, so it doesn't matter.
I know. I didn't nail it, but it's okay. But, I was really proud of them, man. I really was, the way they battled back. And, sunshine, like I said sunshine looked like a sunset out there.
That was great. It looked like a sunset.
Yeah, it was good.
I mean, the dude, he couldn't, last week's podcast I came on, I was like, yeah, he hasn't had any interceptions, had any fumbles. That dude dropped the ball like 5 fucking times. Granted, it was very wet and all, but, they got to him.
Hey, man, I told Dan before you got on, I said, look, man, he uses too much moisturizer on his hands. I can tell.
No, yeah.
And he didn't want to use gloves, too. He didn't want to use gloves. Bad move, man. I know. Look at him. Look at his face. Look how pretty that guy is. He uses a lot of moisturizer. You got to use your hands for moisturizer, right? That's why his hands are so soft. He fucked up. I'm not saying he's not a good quarterback. He's a great quarterback, but he just
You're sounding like a Vikings coach salivating over Reagor.
He got that. No, you should hear Sean. Sean should be here talking about how pretty his hands are.
Yeah, dude,
his hands are too pretty for the fucking rain that was in Philadelphia.
You're gonna catch some hands from Sean if he was talking about his boyfriend like that.
His fucking man crush.
That is hilarious.
But
catching his hands.
Yeah, but
BigBlackCavs.net. That's our sponsor.
And that interception by Jalen Hurts, that wasn't his fault. I mean, that was
hold on. Back up. I know we love Jalen Hurts. I don't want to paint him as the golden boy. He threw it into serious double coverage. That was a major double coverage. Yeah, it bounced up and got caught to an interception, but it was still a bad throw. So Jalen Hurts would not say it was not his fault. So don't say that. Don't say that. We all love Jalen Hurts. I know you're the Jalen Hurts, first person who loved Jalen Hurts. But come on,
you're not allowed to.
Come on, that was the only bad throw that he had the whole game. He'll admit it, and we all can admit it. It was not a good throw. It turned down into a pick six. Oh, that fucking sucked. And then they went up 14-0. That fucking sucked. But then they had to resolve. The resolve this team has is because of Jalen Hurts. Is 100% because of Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts has the best mental resolve, and that's one thing we all knew. But don't go ahead and say that throw was not his fault, because Jalen Hurts will admit to you that it was his fault.
Yeah, I know.
It was. It was just a bad throw. He forced it. He tried to force it into double coverage. That's all it was. It happens. Yeah. It happens. And what happened? What happened? Did he fold? Did he fold from it?
It was probably the best thing that happened to him, because then he was pissed.
Dude, he is the fucking man. That happening to him should. If there's anybody who did not believe in Jalen Hurts at that moment, obviously, like Jalen Hurts has been converting people since the beginning of the season, right? The converters have been coming on to the Jalen Hurts train, and I'm one of them. And I am one of them, right? Since before this Jacksonville Jaguars game, I've been like, oh yeah, Jalen Hurts is definitely showing me something. He's proven us all wrong, and he's doing it. And at that moment, if he did not convert every single person at that moment, this entire game, then he can't convert. If anybody is not converted by now, they're not going to get converted. They're racist or something. I don't know.
So we can't leave out this defense, man. I gotta give big props to James Bradbury, man. I mean, that interception, that leaping interception that he had looked like a
turn the game around.
Receiver.
Yep.
It absolutely that was the game changer right there, because they wouldn't win up 21-0, dude. We can say whatever we want, but that's a nice.
That was the fun. 21-0 was the fumble. They were going to go up 21-0, and then Sunshine Moisturizer Hands fumbled it.
Dove Moisturizer Hands.
No, but they were gonna turn. They were gonna drive again, but yeah, he got the interception.
Yeah, it might have been a couple. Like the score would have been like.
You should make that a meme, like Dove Moisturizer Hands. Just get a picture of Trevor Lawrence and just put Dove on his hand.
I'm gonna put Cetaphil. So Cetaphil is what I use for my baby.
No, you got to put actual doves, like real live doves, on his hands.
Just a Dove soap bar.
Pick one.
Dove hands. He's got Dove hands.
Like hamburger helper.
And Hassan Reddick, man, coming on. He was the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. That's
Dude,
the third time. It's the third
Mike
week in a row.
Vick back there in the fucking defensive fucking linebackers. Mike Vick, right? Crazy.
Yeah, they see what they
some kind of sacking motherfuckers.
I don't know who it was. There's some kind of analyst that tried to fucking front on him, and he said something about because it was raining and stuff, and he said, "Nah, bro, don't come up with this nonsense." I forget who it was, but it was coming at Reddick about it being rainy and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, well, it was raining for
fronting on his prey,
right?
so
everybody had to play in the rain, right? So you can't really hold that against anybody. It's not like Reddick wasn't playing in the rain, and you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's major shout out to the defense again. I mean, getting sacks, getting fumbles, getting forced fumbles, getting interceptions. I mean, they're wreaking havoc right now. They really are.
Can we shout out Jonathan Gannon? Jonathan Gannon?
Yeah, absolutely. You can absolutely. I mean, everybody is, as of right now, the entire, and I'm knocking on wood, but I mean, as of right now,
I like your style.
As of right now, everything going into this season that we wanted the Eagles to improve on and take their game to that next level, and et cetera, they've done so far. Jalen Hurts has stepped up his game, every aspect of his game that we've wanted him to improve on,
and then some, I would say, and then some.
Miles Sanders is running like a fucking madman.
Most improved player I've ever seen in my life.
The offensive line is all holding up. Brandon Graham looks like he didn't even lose a step off of that Achilles tear. Fletch,
I wear his jersey every fucking Sunday, bro.
Yeah, I mean Fletch. I mean, he's not Fletch of 4 years ago, but he's better. He's a better Fletch than he's been the last 2 years. Your signings, all of them that you went out and got, they're all performing at a high level. Jonathan Gannon is not just sticking to one defense. He's moving shit around. He's adjusting. Sirianni's plays calling is not stupid. He's not going for it on 4th and 7 like Doug did sometimes at midfield. He's going for it when he needs to. They're playing smart, and they're playing Philadelphia Eagles football, and they're playing to their strengths. And so far, everything that they've done has resulted in a win. And we can only hope that scheme continues for many weeks to come. Oh, yeah. At least for this weekend and next weekend. They're really needing the win this weekend. Yeah. The whole city of Philadelphia really needs the win.
I don't want to say it, but if anything, this game right here feels like the trap game, because every game leading,
absolutely.
every four. I don't want to say we're going to lose. I'm not going to predict we're going to lose. We're definitely going to give our predictions this show before we end here. But I feel like somebody said last week the Jacksonville game was a trap game. It might have been Sean. It might have been Dan. I think Dan, because Dan, you chose
picked Jacksonville.
You chose Jacksonville to win.
That was I.
I feel like that wasn't the real trap game, but I feel like if we did lose to Jacksonville, that would have been an okay loss. Like we could have dealt with that loss. It wouldn't have been a meaningful loss. Obviously it's Jacksonville, but I feel
they
like
were one or two plays away from it being a trap game. You know?
I know, dude. Man,
I was wrong.
Dude,
and
if they would have gone up 21-0, we definitely would not have won. And they were this close, like 2 inches from going up 21-0. And Trevor Lawrence overthrew that pass, and then he fumbled the next play. Because of his fucking moisturizer hands, he fumbled the next play, and then that was it. And then we won. Right?
Christian Kirk was wide open on that play.
Oh yeah, and Kirk, Kirk, man, they were trying to get Kirk involved that whole game. That is another awesome thing. Like they were trying to get Kirk the ball so many times, and it just wasn't happening. Yeah. Whether it was because of the weather or because of the defense, one or the other, he couldn't get the ball. And it was fucking awesome. I think he got like one catch the entire night.
Yeah,
and it was fucking great.
So. And that shows a lot there. And it shows a lot there too. Like obviously, week 1, like Ahmad St. Brown, Slay was on him. Week two, Justin Jefferson, Slay shut him down. Week 3,
the GOAT
Terry McLaurin,
right? The GOAT
Slay shut him down. And then you came in here, Christian Kirk's your number 1 receiver. Slay went out after 3 plays, and the dude was still shut down.
Dude, Slay's a legend. Legend. Just put his jersey
wife.
in the Eagles Hall of Fame right now. Eagles Hall of Fame, Slay right now.
So how about one of them? How about they couldn't pick up on that? I believe it was the RPOs. If I'm saying it about those things where they were just literally like Hurts was either pulling it and they were slamming the person that they thought had the ball, like rocking on.
When I watch the television, I don't even know if Hurts has the ball or not. I'm always like, oh shit, who has the fucking ball?
Yeah.
Every time Hurts like goes to hand the ball off, I really don't know right away if he handed it off or he kept it. I'm always looking the opposite way. They're doing such a good job.
Yeah, they were like Jacksonville was smashing for like 3 or 4 plays who they thought had the ball, but they didn't, and didn't have the ball, man. And that was a couple of plays. It was like
that is definitely, you're right, Dan. That and like I just said, like I can't even tell on the broadcast. But I mean, obviously it's easy to not tell on the broadcast. But I'm always like, oh shit. Like I feel like even more so with this team. I'm just like, who has the fucking ball? Because I'm always watching. Like when he goes to fake handoff or hand it off, I don't know. I'm watching whoever doesn't have the ball. Whoever doesn't have the ball usually is whoever doesn't have the ball. I'm watching, right? Yeah. When he goes to hand it off. So that means they're doing a fucking great job, especially when the defense is smashing who doesn't have the ball, because that's the point of it. They're fucking killing that RPO.
Yeah, top to bottom, from coaching to the offense and defense. Special teams they're all doing an outstanding job, and it shows. They're 4-0, and I mean, right now they're the quote unquote darling of the NFL, and everybody's talking about them, and it's great.
They're still not number 1 in the power rankings, though, right?
Yeah.
Started number 1.
It's like back and forth. It's like
some
weird.
Of them are like
good. I want to be back and forth. Good.
Yeah, NFL has one. ESPN has one. They all have different ones, but I think in a couple they are ranked number 1. So.
You gotta still say that Kansas City and the Bills are still number 1. That's just my opinion.
They took a hit on week 2, though. Both of them took a hit on week 2.
Yeah, they did.
Real hit.
Yeah.
Eagles didn't take a hit. Just saying.
Yep. All right, so let's move forward to this Sunday in Arizona. It is going to be a tough game. And I mean, you can. I think you look at this game more as a trap game than Jacksonville, because you're going out west. You're going from here, which last week you played in the fucking freezing cold wind and rain, and you're going to like autumn-like temperatures now, but cold and rain.
Is it? It's a 4:30 game, right? 4-something game.
Yeah, it's a 425 game out there, and I looked at the weather, and it's gonna be like 95 degrees out there. So bring
95 and dry though. That
yeah,
95 and dry
bring the
is
bring the
is is
pickle juice,
cool. It's not so much humidity, so it should be okay. They should be fine.
but bring the pickle juice. But I mean, just there's a lot to it. I mean, you're coming off this big, you're coming off a win. When you're at home, you're traveling out west, time difference, adjusting,
Yeah.
later game. If the weather's hot, you're away.
Any away game.
Yeah,
game.
and honestly, and then you might be looking forward to next weekend against Dallas, Sunday night, prime
Yep.
time, probably for the number 1 seed in the
You
NFC
know what?
East.
Something tells me this team is not doing that.
What? Winning?
No, I'm saying this team is not looking ahead and not worrying about what's the following week. Something tells me this team is definitely focused on Arizona. But I agree with you. This feels more like a trap game than any game here because this is the first game. This is the first game in our season so far after 4 weeks where everybody in NFL is saying, "Oh, Eagles should win this game," right?
Yeah,
It's not the Eagles
this is the first
have
game.
rose to every single challenge so far and not only conquered every challenge, like just dominated the challenge. And now it's like, okay, the Eagles are clearly one of the best teams in the NFL. And now it's like, now Arizona's probably the ones looking up, like, oh shit, we need to beat the best team in the NFL.
Well, yeah,
right
now
now. You know what I
every
mean?
team we play from now on, we have
That's
a
the
target
making
on
of
our
a
back.
trap game.
Well, every team we play from now on, we have a target on our back because we're unbeaten. So every team wants to be that team that beats us.
Yep.
And they can be like, well, we beat the unbeaten team, so we're better than them, so we're the best. Some stupid shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
This is where the Jalen Hurts mentality comes into play.
Well, that's where I was going with this, is that I saw Jalen Hurts had a press conference earlier after their practice. I don't know if you guys saw it. Did you guys see it?
I did.
You did?
I did
no, not after practice. No, I'm sorry, my bad.
Did you, Dan?
No.
So he went through an entire, he sat at the table and he went through the entire press conference, and they asked him questions about, practice, and they asked him questions about Jacksonville and some other bullshit. And they said, all right, Jalen, like, thank you for your time. And he didn't get up, and he was just like, I'm not trying to, what did he say? I don't think he said, I'm not trying to tell anybody how to do their job. He's like, but I noticed, not one of y'all asked me about the upcoming game in Arizona.
Oh, shit.
He was like, if you guys think that this is some walkover or that this is some game that we're not looking at and we're looking forward to Dallas or we're focused on anything else, he's like,
he said this?
Not. Yeah. Hurts said it to
I
me.
need to see this.
He was like, because he was like, we're not overlooking them. He's like, it sounds like you guys are. He's like, but we're not. They're a really good football team. He's like, and they have a lot of weapons on offense. And
they are.
Defense.
He's right. He's not wrong.
He's like, we're not thinking about yesterday. He's like, we're not thinking about next week. He's like, we're thinking about Arizona right now and how we can prepare for his ball game. And I was like, okay, Hurts. He was just like, the fuck? He was like, you guys think we're like looking past this? He's like, no. He's like, we got a game to play. He's like,
dude,
it's a really good team.
I'm ready to vote him in for president, bro.
Yeah.
I am ready.
But
after he wins us a bunch of Super Bowls, though.
Arizona, look, I mean, we got our old friend No Yak, Zach Ertz there. Mr. I catch the ball and fall down.
Yep.
Yeah. Love him. Love him.
You weren't on when we were talking about Goddard, how Goddard is regarded one of the best tight ends in football right now by other former great tight ends, Tony Gonzalez, who said that, not just me, but Dan brought that up earlier in the podcast. But like, and that's crazy. Like Zach Ertz is regarded one of the best tight ends in Eagles history, right? One of the best, easily one of the best. And Goddard is easily better than Ertz. At least Goddard made it an easy decision for us to let go of Ertz, right? Okay, bye, Ertz.
It goes back to that 2018 draft, man. They killed it. How he killed it that draft. They really did. He got him and Maddox in that draft, and he got a couple other people that draft too. Forget, but I think got Mile out of that draft in the 7th round or some shit like that. Like
6th or 7th, something like that, right?
Yeah,
We will credit Stoutland for that pick, the 7th round pick of
Yeah.
Mailata. You know, that was him who wanted Mailata.
Right.
Yeah, right.
But look, Arizona's got a lot, dude. They got Kyler Murray. Like Arizona isn't playing that great right now. Like they just battled it out with Carolina Panthers last weekend, and
Yeah.
Carolina blows. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was wrong on that one, but they battled out with them. Like I think Arizona's like really up and down. I don't think they believe in Kyler Murray. I
Yeah.
don't think he kind of believes in it because he was having that holdout this whole year, and then like finally they were like, all right, we'll give you money.
Dude,
Like,
who
we
would
don't
have
a better
thought
option.
right now Kyler Murray is like the poor man's Jalen Hurts?
Yes, but you know what? He's little. He can scramble. You're gonna have to have a spy on him.
Yep.
They don't have DeAndre Hopkins going, but they do have Hollywood Brown. So you're gonna have somebody manning up on him. If it's not, it looks like Slay's gonna play. So you put Slay on him. You still have Bradbury out there. They have AJ Green, old ass AJ Green.
Yeah.
You know, and
So
Zach.
his toe, he's got the toe turf still, but he's still
Yeah,
playing.
he still got turf toe from 7 years ago with the Bengals.
Oh, he used to play for the Bengals, so we might tie them.
Yeah, we might tie.
Yeah, James. I don't know if you said James Conner yet, but
Yeah, I didn't say him yet. Yeah,
he seems like he's
That fucking
he's
guy.
hurt. He's always hurt. I don't know
Yep.
how healthy he's
That's
going
why
to be for this
Pittsburgh
game.
was like, "See ya."
So they don't trust their game enough right now. I saw that at Kyler Murray is on pace to set the most passing attempts in NFL history. Like he's on pace for it. Like they're throwing the ball that much because they don't trust their run game.
That
so
sucks.
yeah. So I mean,
I think I got James Conner in one of my fantasy leagues. I got to drop.
I do too. I'm trying to trade him before Sunday.
Fuck.
I'm trying to trade him for
James Conner is great. Oh my god, he used to play for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He runs so hard. Who wants him? I'll trade you.
He did have that year, man, that got him probably paid.
Yeah, when you're on the Steelers, you're great, and when you get rejected from the Steelers, nope, you're done.
Yeah, but I guess JJ Watt on defense. He had he died last weekend before the game.
He literally, yeah.
TJ Watt or JJ Watt?
Yeah,
JJ.
Oh, JJ's on Arizona, right?
Yeah. He was like tweeted. He was like, "Yeah, there's rumors going around." He was like,
TJ Watt's on Pittsburgh.
Yeah, something. He was like, "Yeah, I had cardiac arrest and flatlined, and they had to shock me back to life, but I'm playing."
What? Oh, he's good to go. He's good. He sounds like he's good to go. He's good.
Sounds like the guy. That sounds like Tua's doctor. Just let him go.
Yeah, he's fine. He'll be all right.
It's fine. He's good. I think it'll be a good game. I'll be repping QBFS out there. Don't worry.
Nice.
We're going to. It's a fly out Friday morning.
Put whatever videos you can put up. Do it, man. Instagram, TikTok. If you need help from me, let me know. Just fucking hit me up. I'll fucking do whatever I can for you, bro.
Yeah, I definitely.
You know I'm busy. I got double the amount of kids you have, but I will fucking do what I can.
I think mine might be possessed.
He is. He absolutely is. I've seen pictures and videos that you sent. He is.
Like he does this scary stuff, dude. Like nobody told him this.
He's definitely Godzilla in toddler form. I mean,
but
what can you do? What can you do?
Can't do nothing, man.
He grabs stuff and he looks at me and he goes. I'm like,
I would be afraid if I was you.
Dude, he picks up like everything and he picks up like anything that's an animal. He goes, rawr.
Nice.
Rawr.
I actually like him so much.
I was like, how did you know how that makes? And then he like flings his head back and he goes,
howling at the moon. Oh my god, this kid is he's my kin. I'm definitely related to you and your child.
Dude, he steals our shoes and he puts them on his hands and then he walks around on all fours like he hoofs.
I laid down Bowen.
Dude, I laid down today and he came over with my fucking sneaker and he was like, boom, like right in my face.
Nice.
Dude, he's out of his mind.
Good.
He really is crazy. I don't know. And it really
I've never met him. But I can't wait to meet him.
Really?
Yeah. Really, that I've never met him. Really, that I've never met him.
Sworn you have, but Guess
We
not.
said, really? You're like, really? Do you really want to meet him? It's like, yeah, I really want to meet him. But yes, really also, I have never met him.
Jesus.
I know.
So
Well,
sorry.
you've never met Riley or Lumi.
I've met Riley many times. What are you talking about?
Maybe once or twice.
Once or twice.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess Riley's old. She's 3 years old now, so I guess you have met her.
Many a time. Many a times. We'll get them all together. Don't worry.
Yes. We should throw them in a pit, see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. That sounds like a great
Here
idea.
you go. Children, play.
Fight. Round one. Fight.
Round one.
Fake
They'll be so peaceful. They'll probably like draw things and like they'll be the most like zen people you've ever seen in your life. But with us, they'll be like, I hate you. I want to kill you. I'm a reptar. You know, they'll do all that crazy stuff.
They'll turn into Rugrats.
They'll be fine with each other. I don't worry about them with each other.
Not Bowen, dude. He is seek and destroy as soon as his eyes open.
Good.
Everything must be destroyed.
Seek and destroy.
All right, come on. This isn't a dad podcast.
I know, right?
Let's get back to the birds. Sean isn't even here. Sean, tell us about your daughter. Oh, you're dead because your daughter killed you. Oh, sorry to hear that, buddy.
Yeah.
So we can all be in agreement, right? That Kyle Murray is going to be the best. So far this year is the best quarterback we face, right?
Every quarterback that we face,
the best dual threat quarterback for sure.
Yeah, so
he's the best. He's the best quarterback not named Jalen Hurts that we're facing this year. And our defense has to face Jalen Hurts every day, facing up to the Sunday. So I feel like Jalen Hurts is the ultimate practice squad quarterback. You know, when it comes to the one-to-one, when it comes to practice, I feel like our defense definitely has. That's probably one of the reasons why our defense is like, okay, we can handle Jared Goff and Carson Wentz. And who else do we play against?
Kirk Cousins.
All those guys. Fucking
Kirk
Cousins
and Sunshine.
Fucking Cousins, and Moisturizer Sunshine.
Wins.
Are no fucking match compared to Jalen Hurts. That's probably 100% a fact. Jalen Hurts is. I've been converted. I've always was like, I'm not going to say I was a hater of Hurts, but I was always reserved. Like, hey, I don't know. You were. I don't know. But I'm definitely converted now, man. Holy shit, this dude is. I was always a fan of his mentality. I always knew that. I had no question about that. But he's a beast now. He's unstoppable now.
Yeah, but it's right. If something like, I know we're thinking like if this is going to be a trap game, and there's going to be stuff with how he plays in this game, it's just going to be like, it's just going to set tones for different kind of ways. Like if he plays bad, he play bad, or if he plays just enough to win, stuff like that. So it's just like we're at a point where we're like, okay, like how are we going to assess this? It's like.
Yeah,
that's what we're now. That's every game now. Like,
yeah,
So it's like,
I think every game has the quote unquote definition of a trap game right now.
No, not right.
We have Jalen. There's no such thing as a trap game with Jalen Hurts. And like what Brendan was saying with his press conference, that is case in point. That is the definition of this is not a trap game because there's no such thing as a trap game with Jalen Hurts. I think we have that to bank on. And we're stuck in our old mentality of such thing of a trap game. Trap game is a Carson Wentz thing, is a fucking Donovan McNabb thing, Trap games existed back then. I definitely have this 100% feeling that there's no such thing as a trap game with Jalen Hurts. I don't, because of his mentality. Like we have all agreed on this before this season started. We have all agreed on this that Jalen Hurts had the mentality. He has the mentality to take. I feel like we said if you could combine Carson Wentz's arm with Jalen Hurts' mentality, they would be the perfect quarterback. I feel like Jalen Hurts has surpassed that. He said, "Fuck Carson Wentz. I have my own arm and I can do this, and I also have the same mentality." I feel like there's no such thing as a trap game with Jalen Hurts. I feel like I'm pretty much on board and I'm ready to go undefeated.
My man's laser focused, and if you hear his post game speeches to the teams, I mean, he's a leader, and and that locker room.
I heard all the post game speeches, and every single one was like, we need to work on the second half. We need to work on the second half. We didn't score points in the second half. We got to work on that second half. It's disappointing to me. He was definitely not. He was not complacent. He was not happy.
Yeah, you can't label this a trap game, in my opinion. This is not a trap game. This is a 2-2.
I'm saying is it would be.
I know it would be, but I know how it sounds like it could be. But just in my opinion, this is absolutely not a trap game. This is one of where you got a 2-2 team that's leading their respectful conference or their division, whatever. And it's the Cardinals are in first place right now, and then you got the Eagles that are 4-0. So it's not necessarily a trap game. A trap game to me is like, you're closing in on like maybe like an end of the season or something like that, and you got the worst team coming in. But to me right now, this is a game of who's going to be coming in ready for this game, not necessarily a trap game. So that's how I see it.
I love it, Dan. Oh, we got a comment, and I don't know when it happened, and I'm fucking sorry. I hope you're still watching, Austin.
Okay.
Austin Plumbing Service. AustinsPlumbingService.com for all your plumbing needs. He said, that's what happens when you give him the same coaches, playbook, and scheme. I think he's commenting on the fact that Jalen Hurts, this is his first year with a consecutive coach, same scheme, and he is 100% obviously light years ahead of what he was last year, and it's because he has Sirianni is his second year coach since his father in high school. So I didn't realize that until this week. I didn't realize it this week. I think somebody on the broadcast announced it. I didn't realize that at all this week, and that makes a lot of fucking sense, right?
They pushed all the right buttons for this season.
Yeah, so far so good, but it is.
Austin's still watching. Thank you, Austin. AustinsPlumbingService.com, baby. If you guys need plumbing, AustinsPlumbingService.com. Hit me up. I got you. This guy's been doing plumbing. The plumbing's been in his family since been in his family, bro. Just like pimping since been pimping. If you need plumbing, I know a guy. I got a guy. Hit me up.
I'll clean your pipes.
Clean pipes.
That's cool. All right, so I got shit to do, guys. I'm sorry. And I got a shower. I still have UPS. It's fucking 11 o'clock, and I got to get to sleep. But
no worries, dude.
I'm gonna give my score prediction. And my battery's getting low. Of course it is. And there's fucking animals out here. I'm gonna get eaten.
Fucking pterodactyls.
There's something like crawling through there.
Blue.
No. So it's gonna be a tough one. I'll be out there. Oh, real quick. Thinking about taking 3 or 4 jerseys out there. It's not excessive,
4.
right?
No, make it 4.
Make it 4. Okay, so I'm taking.
How many days are you gonna be out there?
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
So you need 5 jerseys.
5 for each day.
I'll give you 4. You can wear 1 jersey the next day, right?
Well, I'm leaving on a red eye Monday night at like 11.
Oh, before you leave, we got to give predictions, right? And Austin has already given his prediction, and I will put it in the graphics of the episodes of TikTok and Instagrams.
All right, so I'm taking.
So wait, first prediction is Brendan is gonna take 4 jerseys.
Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith, my autographed Freddie Mitchell jersey, and I'm debating whether I don't want to take Dawkins.
Oh, you're taking jerseys that you're gonna wear. You're gonna wear the autographed jersey?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
I didn't. I don't know. I don't have any autographed jerseys, so I don't know how that works. I don't know how that works. If I had an autographed jersey, I probably would just like hang it up. I would never wear it again.
Yeah, it's Freddie
But
Mitchell. So
It's
I know. I
Freddie
remember. I know you
Mitchell.
had the Freddie Mitchell jersey.
but
Yo,
and,
also, speaking of Freddie Mitchell and speaking of Austin's Plumbing Service, he does plumbing work for Freddie Mitchell. He literally
Really?
does that.
damn, tell Freddie I got his autograph.
And
jersey.
Freddie likes stalking stuff. My dog's
Yeah.
stuff too.
Freddie likes
Yeah,
everything.
Freddie Mitchell. Look, Freddie Mitchell is our guy. Freddie Mitchell likes Dawkins the Pitbull on Instagram. That's my man Dan's dog named Dawkins. Our main man, Austin's Plumbing Service. Freddie Mitchell gets plumbing from Austin's Plumbing Service. And our main man, Bren, has an autographed Freddie Mitchell jersey. So, look, Freddie Mitchell is obviously a friend of the show. We need to get him on here. We got to get him on here.
I'll see what I can do.
We
So
gotta get him on here.
I'm taking. I'll be taking my QBFS shirt out as well. Don't worry, I'll be repping. But I'm gonna say right now, score prediction. It's gonna be tough. I went between 31-21 to 31-28, and
31-28 Birds.
yeah, take that.
I got to look at the time code here because I will fuck this shit up.
Just write it down. You have a pen, a paper, a pencil?
Yeah, I need a pen and a time code. Hold on.
Do you have a number 2 pencil?
Nope.
Number 2
I got a
pencil.
Sharpie. Motherfucker.
My name.
Write it on my head. Ready? 30. No, just kidding.
Oh,
I found a
man.
pen. As soon as I move my notebook, I found a pen. All right, let me see the time code. Oh, we're not recording?
31-28 Eagles.
I swear to God, I thought I started recording.
Oh, we're starting this, huh?
That's all right. Facebook has the recording.
Already drinking. All right, I gotta roll. I'll talk to y'all. Go Birds.
125.
Did he get your prediction?
Yeah, so 31-28.
31-28 Birds.
Birds. Yep.
All right.
All right. I'll talk to
31,
you later.
Later.
28. All right, Bram.
And he's gone. But he's still there. He's still sitting.
Austin said 35-17.
35-17.
Trying to write this down. 125 is the time code. I didn't record, but it's okay. That sucks that I didn't record. I can screen grab it on Facebook. Dan, what's your score prediction?
27-24 Eagles. And which will be shocking, man. 5-0, especially beating the Cardinals team that, I said, it's like it's going to go both ways. I'm pretty sure they both want to come out of
undefeated
this
going into the bye.
Nah, if they like we don't want to look forward to it. Then we got Dallas. It's going to be like if we go in Dallas 5-0. It's gonna be great. It's just
who's Dallas play this week?
No idea. Let's find a
NFL schedule. Google.
Hey. Hello,
Rams.
Google.
They play the fucking Rams Sunday at 4:00. So they play the same time we do.
Rams fucking suck.
Yeah, the Rams fucking suck. So Dallas is gonna be what, fucking 3-2 or whatever, 3-2, 4-1.
4-1.
Oh my God, 4-1.
We didn't even go. We didn't even go over that.
They started the season. They started the season 0-1, right? And everyone was like, "Oh yeah, Dallas is done. They're fucked." And Dak went out. Dak is done, and now they got Cooper fucking Rush, and they're about to be 4-1.
And the Giants are
Dallas
right behind them too.
You know what I will comment on Dallas from a football perspective. They got a good defense. Their defense is very good. And when I watch them play, I look at their defense and I think their defense will give us fits. But they haven't played us yet, so let's see what happens.
Yeah. Got to play
They're
one
playing-
game at a time.
They're playing the fucking Rams, and they're whatever.
I mean, it's still going to be tough. They got it's
No,
still the
their
defending
defense is
champs,
definitely
but
tough. Their defense is definitely tough. I think their offense
We'll
is
see.
absolute shit.
yeah.
Even with Dak in, it doesn't matter. Their offense is absolute shit. They're not. Their offense isn't going to do anything. I feel like Dallas versus Eagles is going to be like a very low scoring game. I feel like it's going to be a defensive thing. But we'll see what happens this week. They're fucking 3-1. They were 0-1, and everyone was counting them out, and here they are, 3-1.
Yeah, true. That is true.
Remember, it was like Washington and the Giants are the best teams in the NFC East after week 1, right? And then now here we are. It's Washington and Giants are pretty much out of it. It's Eagles and Dallas. Dallas will be lucky to have a candle to the Eagles.
I don't know, man. It's right now. It's like
I'm just saying what
tough.
everyone else
The
is saying. I'm not
divisions
saying
in
what I'm saying.
It's at this point. Yeah, I'm saying at this point, it just feels it's like how the division's playing out. It's like it's tough to lose a game.
Yeah.
Even one game, it's just like.
Yeah, and we only
It
got
sucks.
one game. We only got one
sucks,
division
man.
game. Dallas, who they play in our division? Did they play anybody in our division yet?
Yeah, they beat the Giants.
Yeah.
And the Giants, I think, beat Washington. So like everyone's got a division win except maybe Washington.
Yeah.
So all three.
Yeah, and the Cowboys wins are mad. No, the Cowboys are 2-0 in the division. The Cowboys beat the Giants and the Commanders.
You're right.
So they have a really weak win. Their 3-1 is super weak. But I still don't want to count their defense out. Their defense is very good, but their offense is fucking shit. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna smash the Cowboys. I am not faltering on that. We're gonna smash the Cowboys, bro. Look at this. They lost to the Bucks, right? They lost to the Bucks, and the Bucks, they're not the Super Bowl Bucks anymore. They still aren't, right?
No.
Brady is not Brady anymore. Brady's done, right? They lost. They beat the Bengals, and we all know the Bengals are on a serious Super Bowl loser hangover. They beat the Giants, right? Okay, that's in our division. They beat the Commanders. That's in our division. We've also manhandled the Commanders. We haven't played the Giants yet, but we haven't played the Cowboys yet. But I feel like Austin says, I hate to disagree with you guys because I love you, but I don't think they have a shot. I don't know he's a little behind. Maybe I might have said something. I feel like you're talking about the Cowboys, and I feel like you're right. I'm pretty sure the Cowboys are shot, but I don't think the only thing I can say the Cowboys have a matchup against us is their defense. Their defense is definitely very good. But other than that, that's the only thing I can say. But our offense, Jaguars' defense is very good. Probably better than the Cowboys. Austin is talking about the Cowboys, and he says the Cowboys will finish third or fourth. So the Cowboys aren't even the second best team in the division, is what he's saying. I got you, Austin. I know what you're saying now. And I agree with you. I absolutely agree with you. But we all have to worry. We all have to worry about playing the Cowboys because the Cowboys are different. They play different against us. They don't, but we got, this team, our team is different this year. Our team is 100% different this year.
So the Cowboys aren't even in the top 10 on defense efficiency.
Yeah.
I don't know how they rank all that stuff, but you could,
Their defense is good. When I say their defense will give us fits, because I think about Van Der Esch, man. That dude is a beast. That dude is a fucking beast. He's the second coming of.
Yeah, but the front sevens,
the other
thing is as good.
But you know what?
The
You're
linebacker,
right.
maybe that.
You're right.
I don't even know about.
They're 100% not a complete team. They're not a complete team. Not like our defense. Our defense is a complete team. We have a different fucking dude who's a defensive player of the week every week, right? Last week was Mike Vick. I mean, what's his name? Hassan Reddick. I can't get over. I can't go. I have to. When I see number 7, I have to say Mike Vick. I'm sorry. Mike Vick out there sacking QBs, bro. That's insane. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I mean, it's still early though, too. It's
Yeah,
like you got a lot of 2 and 2 teams
You're right.
and stuff like that. So
they lost to the Bucks, and the Bucks ain't the same. That's what I said. The Bucks ain't the Super Bowl Bucks.
Sure aren't, man.
Austin's commenting. He's commenting right. He's commenting big. He said they have 2 solid players, Diggs and Parsons.
It looks like Lawrence is still
Micah
still
Parsons,
a nice edge rusher.
That's what I meant earlier. Micah Parsons is the B. That's it.
Oh yeah,
that is it.
Yeah.
They don't have a complete team. They have some really good players. They don't have a complete team, and that's not often you can say that.
Yeah,
about
it just seems like they have
right?
problems stopping the run. So, and Sanders is killing it right now. So we'll see.
I feel like the Eagles can win in any way. If you stop the run, if you stop the run, we're gonna beat you another way. I feel like that's the Eagles team. That's why I fucking love this team, bro. They're gonna fucking beat you. We might go undefeated, dog. I don't want to say it.
Stop. That's nonsense. But hey, we're undefeated until we lose.
They have this fucking dog mentality.
Nah, man.
Dude,
they might get to like 12-13. We might be looking at, but undefeated. It's far-fetched, but I won't go that far. But hey,
Austin says Lawrence will be going after this year, and also he is good. But how many sacks has he gotten in Philly in this career?
Probably none, because they got Lane Johnson over there on his ass, I think. So
yeah,
I think, and we didn't even touch on him. He still hasn't.
Lane Johnson hasn't lit up a last year. QB hit.
No.
Lane Johnson hasn't lit up a QB hit, let alone a sack, in fucking years. In multiple seasons. It's been multiple seasons since a defender has gotten past him.
And it's tough now. Now you got Hurts' legs, and it's just helping out with the line. Yeah. And it's just like he's secure on the ball. There's nothing much more you can ask for once he's given us this year. So
I agree.
It's already a wild ride, man. And I mean, it's coming up. The brisket things, it just feels it's starting this week. I know we keep saying, like, speaking of like trap games and stuff like that, but man, it's coming where we're gonna see what our future is with Jalen coming the next like maybe 4 or 5 games. It's gonna be the test, and that's what we've been waiting for, and excited to see it, man.
I got some comments here. Austin says, I love Parsons, but besides that, they will choke. He's talking about the Cowboys. They'll choke. And then he says,
like they always do,
A.J. Brown will score his first touchdown as an Eagle this weekend. A.J. Brown doesn't have a touchdown?
He has a touchdown.
You sure?
I think he scored a touchdown in what is it? I don't know if it was Minnesota, but it wasn't. If it was not Minnesota, it was definitely against Washington. He has a touchdown.
Yeah, he's got a touchdown versus Washington.
Yeah,
he's got 1 touchdown versus Washington.
But
you were close, Austin. He's got a touchdown already.
So
he's only got 1.
Bold prediction is he'll score a touchdown.
He's going to score another touchdown, but I think that's a good prediction. He said I could be wrong, though. You're right, but you're wrong. That's okay. And because I could have been wrong about that too, because we had to look it up to know if you're wrong or not. So it's not your fault, brother. But he's got 1 touchdown versus the Commanders. That was his coming out game, right? He had 5 receptions for 85 yards. You know what? He's been pretty fucking steady, man. And it's hard to even realize that how steady he's been. He's had 5 receptions every game, except for the Lions game. The Lions game, he had 10 receptions, right? 10 receptions, 155 yards, no touchdowns. But every game after that, 5 receptions.
I mean the touchdown
between
production's
70 and
not
100
there.
yards, 1 touchdown in 1 game versus the Commanders.
Yeah, but besides the touchdown production being low,
don't be sorry,
he's
Austin.
just
It's all good, man. I didn't even realize it either, man. It's a fucking great stat to bring up.
Yeah.
AJ Brown has 1 touchdown, and you know what? It's easy to overlook that touchdown versus the Commanders. The Commanders was the game that the defense won that shit. The defense, like, the offense chilled, the cornerbacks chilled, even though the offense did a lot. Well, AJ Brown did have a touchdown in that game, but that's something easy to overlook for sure. And yeah, he's gonna have a touchdown this weekend, says Austin.
I like the prediction. I like it. Yeah, it's crazy, but I mean, but while it doesn't look good on paper, maybe but the production he's doing, like you said, it's just being, solid every week with it. Just
it is solid. And even if he doesn't, he actually has been super solid. If you look at his numbers, it's like, because honestly, if you think about it, it's like he's kind of been in the background, right? So he was in the foreground in the first week 1, right? It was nonstop AJ Brown. But after that, it's been like, okay, Goddard has been getting his. Fucking Smitty has gotten he got a career game, a record-breaking game. So the addition of, if AJ Brown continues like this with 5 receptions per game, with under 100 yards per game, whether it's between 60 and 90 yards per game, if he keeps doing that, he is the star. He is the reason why we're doing great.
Well, that's what we needed.
If everyone else is doing good around him, that's because of him.
Yeah, it's opening up the field for everybody else. So,
and
if it's getting us the win, it's getting us the win. Yeah.
He's a better signing than T.O.
Yeah.
Because
I'm sure he'll get his.
He's not putting up T.O. numbers, but the rest of the team is. The rest of the team is putting up those T.O. numbers one way or another, right? Yeah. Like Miles Sanders had 130 yards last week. Jeez.
And you just got to see the fallback in the second half. It's just we're starting to lay back a little bit, so it's just like there's all factors going into this. That's why
Austin said he wants to meet up with us when we're tailgating. And in fact, we do have a date when we're tailgating. August. Austin, not August. We're in what month are we in?
October. August. Ooh.
It's not August anymore. It feels like preseason, right? The way the Birds are beating these motherfuckers, it feels like preseason. No, but we are tailgating the Dallas game.
The official
Sunday night game.
QBFS tailgate party.
Yeah, it's official QBFS. Austin, we will connect and we will hang out on Sunday for sure.
Yeah, if you're no plans, come down.
Sunday versus Dallas. What is that? It's not this Sunday, but the following Sunday, right?
Yep.
The 16th or some shit like that.
October 16th.
It's a Sunday night game. We're tailgating that motherfucking game. And we're gonna Austin, I got you. Yeah. Everybody that we know is gonna be there, especially you, Austin. We're gonna fucking hang out, bro. I can't wait to see you, man. I haven't seen you in so long, man. Except for in video chat on the last draft. That's the last time I've seen you. But we're doing it. We are fucking doing it. Tailgating. I can't fucking wait.
Do it.
Dude, I can't wait to tailgate. Oh my god.
It's gonna be fun. Now we don't even know like the situation with like are we grilling or you don't know yet? Are we just gonna bring stuff?
I wish it just bring stuff. I don't have a grill. I don't have that. I don't have that. That grill has fucking weathered. It rusted.
Mother Nature got to it.
Weather. It's done.
Mother Nature took its course on it. Huh?
Yeah. I left it up on the roof. It's still up on my roof. It's probably just a pile of dust right now.
It's just
still light.
disintegrating
I
its
could
soul.
definitely
food
hook a
gods.
propane tank up to it. It'll still light, but it just
That's
doesn't
fine.
light. It doesn't light in a uniform manner like it's supposed to.
So we'll
But
just do the
yeah,
typical.
we'll bring
Just
some
bring
food.
your
We'll
bring
all
your
have to
stuff.
bring some
Like
fucking
bring
food.
some,
We'll bring
but
some
no grilling,
fucking
just stuff you can eat. Like
dude. We're gonna have to go to
finger
Roxborough.
foods.
We're gonna have to go to Roxborough and get
Oh.
some fucking specialty breads.
Yeah, yo, they have like some of those good ones. Oof.
Yeah, some game day breads.
Not their
Some
normal
game day
ones.
bread.
Yo, I had the cheesesteak one this weekend, and it was
I bet it was so good.
fantastic. It was like the
Dude,
cheese and the
the
steak.
steak and the cheese is so perfect.
Just
Like
it was perfectly cooked.
Ugh.
Yeah, Brett's family even liked it. It was like it just melted in my mouth. It was so good.
Their breads are so perfect, dude. They're so perfect.
I still got a pepperoni one for this weekend too.
Pepperoni is my favorite one, dude. It's my favorite one, and I know it's a standard one too, but it's my favorite.
It's always sometimes the standard is just the best.
Dude, I can get a pepperoni stromboli anywhere, right? But that pepperoni bread at Marciano's is the best. I'd rather have that than anything.
Yeah, well,
I also want to get like their cheesesteaks. I want to get all the variety that they got. They're all so fucking good. They know what they're doing there.
It's hard to choose when you get there. It's like
I want them all.
I
want them all.
Yeah, I want to retry every single one of them. Just taste test each one. But yeah, or we get Anthony's and get a double or an extra cheese pie. Have some dirt wolf.
Half pepperoni. With some blast and some dirt wolf.
Oh man, do you have any of your blast left?
No.
Me either. Oh, they're still hanging around a little bit. If I see one, I'm picking one up, especially
if I see one,
for this weekend.
I don't go out shopping for it, but if I see one, I'm grabbing it.
I'm gonna grab it, and I'm gonna grab some dirt wolf for Sunday.
Yep.
We're gonna have one of each. One of each.
Yes.
And some Marciano's breads.
All right, you want to end this live stream?
Yeah, let's go.
You want to play some
What was your Nah, I gotta go to bed. It's already.
Oh yeah, no, we gotta do our predictions. Dan, yours is 27-24.
Yeah.
I don't know what Sean's is. We'll get his on text. Mine is, oh man, I'm gonna stick in the 30s because I've been in the 30s every week, and then they've been scoring in the 20s, so I'm gonna stick with it.
All right.
I'm going to say 31-24 Birds.
So now it's the other team, the opposing team, that's going to score the 24. It's just been a magic number this year.
It's a magic number.
So I hope it comes into fruition. So you get Austin's down. What did he have?
Yeah, Austin has 35-17. I got his.
That's holding them under 20.
I'm gonna put Austin in the TikTok. Austin, hit us up on TikTok.
Bold strategy, huh?
Well, he'll see us on Instagram too, so he doesn't have to do. You'll see.
Yeah. All right. So that was good.
It was good.
Like Brendan would say, make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram.
Oh, Cowboy Chris joined us. What's up, Cowboy Chris?
Just about that.
You guys are too sexy. Brendan's not here, man. You don't have to be nice. Brendan's not here. That's why he's being nice.
Oh yeah,
if Brendan was here, he'd probably be like, "You fucking fags." What's up, Cowboy Chris? Hey, man, Cowboys 3-1. We gotta wait around to see what Cowboy Chris says. Hey, you guys are 3-1, man. All signs are pointing to that Sunday night matchup.
Bum, bum,
yeah, look, he says, "Love you, boys. Good luck, week 6. Sunday night matchup, week 6. What's your prediction? I'll note it down now.
It's a little early, but it's okay. We'll take the early prediction.
Are you guys gonna beat the Rams? Of course you're gonna beat the Rams. The Rams fucking suck.
They do.
The Rams are so bad. You guys are lucky you got the Rams. NFC East will have 2 playoff teams. Ooh, there's a prediction. There's a prediction.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's feeling that 3-1 record. I think Cowboy Chris is like, yeah, that 3-1 feels good. It's a soft 3-1, Cowboy Chris. You know that. Come on. You're about to beat the Rams. You're about to be 4-1. About to be 4. It's a guaranteed 4-1. How do you feel about that? And then 4-2. I'm waiting for his response. I love Cowboy Chris. He's great. I wish I could meet you in person, man. Brendan talks a lot of good things about you. He says you're a fucking cool ass dude. He says Bengals. Oh, Bengals. Tie
goes to the runner.
I don't know. He's talking about the soft. He's probably talking about when I said soft ass wins. He's probably talking about the Bengals. Yeah, Bengals was a soft win. And
I mean, they are starting to look like a little bit better than the start of the season. So
loss to the Buccaneers was a soft loss. I mean, Bucks ain't the Bucks anymore. Bengals was a soft win. Giants was a soft win. Commanders was a soft win. Defense is elite. I'll give you that. Defense is elite. We'll have to wait and see about the offense when Dak gets back. I'd love to see them sign OBJ. Oh, there you go. Well, okay.
I heard rumors about Green Bay for that. But...
Hey, he's a Cowboy beat. He is the Cowboy beat, so he's got the inside scoop. I appreciate his insight there. That's good to know.
I didn't think about that.
Intel.
Yeah,
that is the enemy intel brought to you by Cowboy Beat. Give me your official TikTok name, screen name on Instagram, TikTok, and I will shout you out, brother. I think it's at Cowboy Beat, and he's got the inside scoop on the Cowboys, and he says defense is elite. I will say that I won't agree with that, but I will say that defense is definitely the best aspect of the Cowboys right now. And that's the only aspect that I worry about. Cowboys Beat, at Cowboys Beat everywhere. That's our homie, man. And give him shit. Talk shit to him. He loves it. He thrives on it. Cowboys Beat. BEAT. Cowboys Beat. Cowgirls Beat. Just kidding. Cowboys Beat. He's a good dude. Give him some shit. He loves it. He thrives on it. And he says that the defense is elite. And I will say this. The Cowboys defense is absolutely what I would worry about right now. Micah Parsons. Whew, my God. Dude is insanity. But I feel like that's what the Cowboys do. They find those dudes who are absolutely insane, but they don't have a complete team. There's no complete team there. And we talked about this earlier. We know this. At least this year, the Cowboys were what? They won the division last year. What was their record? I don't even know, but it was a soft record, right? I feel like they're not gonna live up to that this year. Not gonna live up to that this year. Cowboy Chris will be at the game on Sunday. He loves
nice.
Talk, by the way.
There we go.
Our man. That's our main man. I wish Bren was here because that's Bren's homie. But look, we love you too, Cowboy Chris. We love you, man.
So there's gonna be a lot of things going on down there. And it's exciting, man. I can't wait.
Chris, you gonna be at the Cowboys game? Well, yeah, of course you are. You're from
definitely
here.
Gonna have to get together. At least
dude, I can't wait to meet you, man. I never met you in person. I can't wait to meet you in person, bro. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna be tailgating. I'm not gonna be at the game. I'm not gonna attend the game. I got a couple kids. I got bills to pay. I can't afford to go to the game, but I will be tailgating.
Most of us are just not going in though.
Yo, hey,
that's just how it is.
Cowboy Chris has a really analytical prediction right now. He says Cowboys will win 12 games with the soft schedule. He says he believes the schedule is soft. They will still win 12 games. And he'll be at the Eagles game. He says leaning towards yes to the Eagles game. I think that's what he meant. I don't think he means we guys are gonna win. You guys are gonna lose the Eagles game, right? One of those losses is gonna be the. Are you trying to split with the Eagles? Is that what you're saying, Cowboy Chris? Trying to split with the Eagles? And for anybody that's watching, I don't know if anybody else is watching but Cowboy Chris, but Cowboy Chris is chatting in Instagram, and one day I'll have a better.
We'll get a system
show
up
the
and be
chat
able to.
on the screen, but he says that he thinks they probably split. And you know what? I mean, how can we argue with that? Don't we always fucking split? We always
You gotta go back to when the last time they beat Dallas. Like we're all hyped about it. Like the start of the season. It's just still like that's the next big test after the Cardinals. Like they have to go in there and beat Dallas. So they haven't done it in maybe 3 or 4 years. So
yeah,
or 2-3 years, something like
Cowboy
that. So
Chris
it's just like
we're welcome on Cowboys Beat. Thanks, brother. We need more followers to get up with you, man. We'll hit you up though. I know you got Brennan on your show. We're trying a little bit. We're not trying that hard, but we're trying a little bit. We once a week we try to have the show, and all we know is that Cowboy Chris is a friend of the show for sure. Cowboys Beat, baby. Let's do it.
All right, man. Like I gotta go. It's already 11:30.
Yeah, me too. We gotta go.
I'm batteries dying and all that good stuff, but yeah, this was good, and it's hopefully next week's the same kind of energy, and we get that dub, and it's just excitement all around, man.
We might have a pregame show. Let's have a pregame show on Sunday. What's up?
I said that last weekend, and you were like, "Oh, I gotta do some stuff." So we'll see.
It's up in the air.
I get it, man. I get it, man.
I can't predict it. I can't call it.
You got that life, bro.
All right, Cowboy Chris. Thanks for joining,
Chris.
brother.
Talk to you.
See ya
Later.